Oh, you like that, huh?
I
Yeah.
love that. So I will never stop loving that intro, Steve. Love
Yeah,
it.
don't get me wrong. It's got a nice little groove. I mean, you can get up
And you
and,
can dance to it.
oh, you can. Yeah, cut a rug or whatever you want to call it. But well, anyway, everybody, thanks for tuning in this afternoon. Much appreciated.
Hey, Steve.
Alongside,
Hi, everybody.
hey Jan, alongside Jan from New York City Saves Money. And what we're really going to talk about today really is just expand on one of your videos that you had put up the other day uh,
Yes.
about prepaid debit cards.
Yeah, Steve, thanks so much for having me here. Hi,
Yeah.
everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. One of the main focuses, Steve, on my channel is I really love to help people, and this is from the bottom of my heart, keep more of their own hard earned money. Because car fare, time, effort, energy, money is valuable. And when we earn it, you know, only to find out that there might be situations where money is literally like flying away or going down the drain or an imaginary wastebasket. What am I talking about? Well, if a person has a prepaid debit card or contemplating getting one, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. I'm not saying that they don't have a place. I'm not saying that they're not useful. All the above get a check mark. However, read the fine print before you go for it. Or if you already possess one and maybe you didn't know about this, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. There are some hidden fees, Steve. And if there's anything I personally don't like, it's hidden fees. Not that they're not disclosing it, but you have to do
Yeah.
a little digging. You have to do a little digging. Steve, I was shocked. I was just curious to know, for example, about some of the fees that are associated with some prepaid debit cards. Okay. One of them actually involves doing nothing. What do I mean by that? Literally, there is a fee called, let me make sure I get it correctly here, an inactivity fee. What?
Inactivity. Yeah.
Yes, no activity from your card, but it waits about 90 days, like beyond 90 days. I'm not saying every card company does it. Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know about every card. All I know is this, Steve, that I am encouraging anyone who owns such a card to please read through the information or go online or even just call the company for just further information. Because how many times, Steve, people have cards and maybe they might need to use it 1 month and then 3 months goes by and they don't really need to use it.
Yeah.
Meantime, back at the ranch, they're charging some places $5.95 every single month, and the card holder is responsible to pay it. They have to pay it.
Well,
So,
if you think about something too, if it's a prepaid debit, if there's a balance on that card, and I guess if the 595 is coming off, I guess it just comes off of whatever balance is on there that way. Because if you make the person pay it double, then that would be like a double dip. But um, no, that's why I'm not a fan of cards like that. I mean, I know this might be on a slightly different note. You do have prepaid gift cards. Now, those you can go to pretty much anywhere, Walmart, Target, any of your stores, just about wholesale club, I'm sure. And you buy the card, you pick a denomination of money that you want, but some of them will charge you like a 495 fee, but it's only done one time.
right.
It's not something I don't like a prepaid debit. I've never had one, and I've never really had any intention of ever owning one or having it. But from what you've explained to me, I I decline. I don't have any interest in it because I don't want to be charged 595 for that. Or if I go and pay a bill, you're going to charge me a couple of $3 to pay a bill. That's stupid.
You're right, Steve. I agree. Generally speaking, usually a person who is, for whatever the reason, and I wouldn't know the reason, everybody's situation is different, everybody's life is different. Some people are simply unbanked, they're not connected to an official bank for whatever the reason.
Yeah.
Okay. I think in a case like this is just Janet's opinion. I'm not giving advice. I'm not a financial advisor in any way, shape, manner, or form. This is just my thought. Okay. Wouldn't it be more logical to consider going for a secured credit card, which you get all the benefits of a credit card and less of a hassle than this thing that I've been reading about
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
prepaid? Does that seem a little more
No,
reasonable to you?
because that I do know about. A secured credit card is what you're doing is you are going and getting the card, you apply for it, you get it, and you're putting up your own money that you're using to buy stuff with. Of course, you pay it back, but it's your own money that you're using. So you have it's safer, it's also less of a risk, and you don't have to worry about running into those fees either.
No. And it is a real credit
Oh,
card.
it is. Yeah.
And that's another thing with the, okay, don't get me wrong, like those other cards seem convenient. Just go to the store, just buy it, not turn down, blah, blah. But one is not building any sort of a credit history on those types of cards at all whatsoever.
No.
Nothing. No. So that's like almost putting money, like literally, like as if cracks through the wall or cracks in the cement on the ground, money just seeping through. That's what people say, I can't save. Sometimes people can't save because they don't realize where the money might be
Yeah, you
going.
can. Yes, you can. Even if
Yes, you can. Even low income people can save.
you can. No, unless it's something or a card that is not on your credit report, because whatever card, loan, anything you get, mortgage, yes, they're going to report it to the credit bureau showing, you know, paid on time, and that's what also reflects your credit score. If it's not on your credit report, no, unfortunately, it's not going to have anything to do with credit history.
No.
That's the only downside.
And paying a lot of exorbitant fees. I was looking through this list. I couldn't believe what I was reading. Now, some people have a pay as you go type thing, which incurs a zero fee. Depends on the
Yeah.
prepaid debit card that you're getting. Some have a stipulated $9.95 monthly fee. All this adds up. All this adds up at the end of the day. With all the money people are throwing around on fees, in my honest opinion and thought, take a few weeks, gather certain funds, and go for the better gold if you're in a tough situation, and go for a secured credit card, which is a real credit
Yes.
card.
Yes. I do know that Navy Federal Credit Union, I've been with them. In fact, this month I've been with them 29 years. I got it, on account of my dad being retired Navy. And he'd been with them since 1969, I think, is when he started his account. Well, anyway, they offer a yellow type card, and it says something about pay as you go or something like you were just. I had considered about 6, 7 years back, maybe putting some of my money on that. But I don't know if I would want to do that. I would have to get clarification and make sure. Well, that's at a credit union. So most likely the chances of them charging me a fee is slim to none, because the only time you'll ever be charged a fee, banks are good about that.
Yes.
For some reason, a bank eats, sleeps, and breathes go putting fees on, because you have to keep a certain amount or they're going to start charging. I don't like that. That's the reason why I've been with credit unions pretty much since I was 19 years old. And I have no need to go anywhere else because I'm perfectly happy with the ones that I work with currently. So,
That's
you know,
wonderful.
yeah,
But these are little insidious little things, $5.95 here, $9.95 there, and that's maybe in one facet of saving or whatever. And then there's other things that we do maybe silly purchases at the supermarket, duplicate purchases when we have things in our stockpile already. And I'm sorry, Steve, for 1 minute, I must allude to the stockpile
okay,
just for a minute, okay? Okay, I know we're talking about the cards, but just a minute. it is so important to keep inventory of what we have in our stockpiles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because why duplicate purchases unless you're getting a really good deal when there may be other things you can use with that money that was inadvertently spent? It is very important to keep a good inventory. It really is.
But what people don't realize, people who think, oh, a stockpile, oh, my canned goods. No, a stockpile does not always reflect on food items. You could have a stockpile of batteries, a stockpile of flashlights, a stockpile is a general word.
Toothpaste.
Toothpaste, a stockpile of extra clothing. It's a general word. It's having in excess of one thing or multiple things is what the word means. So it doesn't always necessarily have to revolve around, oh, food, things that you can has a shelf life that you don't have to refrigerate. No, it can be anything. It could, well, I'm going to just, you could have, this is actually pretty good stuff, this Taco Bell spicy ranchero. It's not overly spicy. You could have a stockpile of this.
There you go. Wow.
There's
I've never
little,
seen that. That looks interesting.
yeah, it's not overly spicy. It has a little bit of a bite, but you would like the taste of it. It,
Something you could live with.
right. So you could have a stockpile of just about anything. Remember that. It's
Yes.
not,
Yes.
so,
And by the way, I just want to mention coffee for a minute, instant coffee. Just want to deviate 1 second. I am so glad that remember a few months back, I bought a whole bunch of those Happy Belly instant coffee. Steve might
yeah.
remember that. And I love instant coffee. And this one tastes just like that from that other grocery store that I love. I got great prices because as time has gone by, I'm looking at the former price of it versus the current price of it, which was actually like really, I think like $1 more per jar, a dollar 29 more per jar. So this was good. Get it while you can.
Yeah. Okay, you can have a stockpile of coffee. It doesn't. I'm going to come back, and but I'm sure you all get my point on the word stockpile. But me, I have yet to try that Happy Belly, but I do have Nescafe Taster's Choice. I got a
Oh, that's
fairly,
good.
yeah. What I like about the Taster's Choice is that it has. It's not a harsh tasting coffee. It's on the smooth side. Not that there's anything wrong with, and I'm going to just say the name because it's the only one I've ever tried. Um, I prefer Aldi coffee as well. It's a
Yes.
little bit slightly more kick than this one, but it's still good. And I'm sure, as you mentioned, the Happy Belly, and I'm sure you were probably trying to relay
Yes. No,
comparison.
you're right. And you know what? That's another addition in our income by monitoring these things. It sounds like so much work. And honestly, it's
No,
really not. Oh, Steve, can I share with the audience? I'm super excited because finally I stopped using my old fashioned Office Max calculator, solar operated. I loved it. It's
yeah,
old, it
yeah,
still works because I discovered, Janet, you can actually use the calculator that's built into your phone. I just like fell in love with that thing this morning. I was crunching some numbers. Oh, yes. Well, getting back to budgets and everything, I take that very seriously every single month. There you go.
I got to tell you though, remember now
Oh,
on a phone, it all it is what it really is it's a small tablet because you can do anything and everything, music, movies. You could take notes on it. You have a flashlight, calculator. You could, as long as you have a way of backing everything up, but everything is built in right here. So what it did, not that there's anything wrong with the old fashioned trusty notebook, there's not. That's
oh,
been around ever since the beginning of time. But if you wanted to get with modern times, you could accomplish that same goal, going this route. But I happen to have decent amount of internal storage, and I've got an all right SD card. But if somebody has not a lot of storage on their internal, but they need the extra, You can always put an SD cards are very inexpensive. You can always slip one in there, even 128 gigabyte, 256, whatever, and it gives you the option to move it over to the SD.
And this is yet another way of gaining more value, living a frugal life without deprivation. I just like fell in love with the calculator that I've been carrying around me forever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about through my phone. I'll do is I'll go to that like memo thing, Steve, like when I write show notes.
Hmm.
Many times I use my actual trusty notebook. It depends. If I'm doing an interview, like the time I had Prepper Princess, hello, if you're watching, Prepper Princess and Dawn, we were on the same show. I did my show with my actual like phone because I had all the notes written there. It's just easier. Just turn it on, just like look, blah, 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 and that was it. It was more convenient than the notebook. Notebooks sometimes they just get lost or whatever. So the information was there.
Hmm. That's right. But no, on a cell phone is leaps and bounds, like I said. And the very first cell phone I ever had was one back in 2011, but so much has improved since then on cells. Like I said, the one that I have currently here, I just got. I've only had it about 3 weeks, but I finally, yay me, moved into the 5G world. And yes, I switched phone carriers, and it only cost me $20 to get a $250 cell phone.
Amazing.
I couldn't say no to that.
I don't blame you.
Or I could have stayed with the phone I had and paid nothing, which was a 4G. That would have been the other one that you guys have seen me. Same phone. Well, this one's a little bit more up to date, but not that drastic of a difference, So if I ever wanted to, I could always revert back to that one and put airtime back on it. But as long as I've got internet, that phone still works. I just can't make a phone call with it.
See, what you're describing is an explanation of the frugal lifestyle. You maximize your value of stuff. You got powerfully more effective equipment just for a slight amount more money, and you're still utilizing the existing stuff as much as you can. That's totally fine. And that's why, like, this thing with people losing fees month in and month out and don't know about it, makes me sad. Like people that get subscriptions to things and the boxes, monthly subscriptions, and the boxes are piling up collecting dust. What a waste. Cut out the subscriptions of the things you are not using. Just kill it off. Just get rid of it.
Mm-hmm. And one other thing, not right off the top, but in a couple of months, my bill will drop $11 a month. So it doesn't
Wow.
sound like a lot of money, but it is $132 in a year I put back in my pocket.
And bingo for you saying it that way, Steve. A lot of people just think about the month. Oh, it's only $11 a month. Well, first of all, if somebody said I'm going to save $11 a month, I don't sneeze at it because immediately in my mind's eye, I'm calculating the year. So I like you, I jump
Yeah.
into the let's leap it into the year thing. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it would be 11 times 6 is 66. That would be 6 months. 66 times 2, 132. So that I'll take it. I'll take it.
$132, right? That's one
And
area.
that,
Imagine other areas of things that you could combine all these
did I
savings.
fail to mention that covers 4 phone lines?
No, whoa. Sounds good.
I'll take it. No
Definitely
breaking out of
take
me.
it. Sounds good.
Well, me, I've always been a bang for your buck type person anyway, so
Yes.
it works out. Okay, well,
So read the fine print, everyone. That's the bottom line. Don't lose your money. You work too hard for it.
well, honestly though, when it comes to that fine print between you and me and everybody else out there that's watching, they put that fine print that way, real itty bitty, on purpose because they don't want you to know about it.
Right.
But read. It doesn't matter if you got vision problem, get a magnifying glass, read it, because your whole world could be right there. Oh, well, such and such and well, I didn't know that. Didn't you read the fine print? You got to.
And
Mm,
if you don't understand it, even if you try all of that, what Steve just said, make that phone call and speak to a live human being. Hopefully,
yes.
you can get get an answer.
Yeah. If you need clarification on something that's written, that's what they're there for. Just like the old, for those of you that might remember, the old National Enquirer commercial from way back, Inquiring Minds Want to Know. That's me.
No,
That's me. So,
me too.
okay. Well, Jan, I pretty much, you know, covered what we need to cover. Is there?
Yes, I think you did good. I just want to mention for anyone who's never heard of me, I do have a show called the Instant Coffee with Jan Show every Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. Eastern. I upload. And I also have another show. It's a Teensy Weensy show Monday through Friday. And it's a no frills video where I give teensy tiny tips on camera. But the first show is always an audio show, radio style.
Mhm. Me, I don't care. I just get on here and post a video. I could care if it's audio or not. This coming from a person, believe it or not, I'm supposedly an introvert, but a lot of people don't see that. Oh, you Steve, an introvert? Oh, no way. Well, you got to be around me. You got to know me a little bit, and you would see it in certain aspects. But it's there. So, but yeah, definitely. Guys, read that fine print. And that you could be getting into dangerous territory if you're not careful. So you got to watch. Okay, Jan. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you were
Thanks for
able to.
having me, as always.
Sure, sure. And you guys be out on the lookout for us again next Saturday. Um, I have been taking a little bit of time off during the week. I haven't been putting up anything for the last couple of, but I probably will throw something up, between now and say next Thursday. There, I have a topic I wouldn't mind discussing with all of you. Not everybody's going to be eligible for, but I'll put it out there anyway. Maybe it can be of some help because maybe some people don't know about it. So, anyway, I hope all of you have a great rest of your weekend, a good Saturday, and we'll see you guys back here next week. Bye.
Bye.